This guy was like, "You're cute as," he said an S word. And I'm like, that's not a compliment. Hello everyone. So today God really put it on my heart to talk about cursing. So I know that a lot of people have a hard time to stop saying curse words. One of the things that I like to do is charge people $1 charge people $1 for every curse word that they say, especially when they curse around my son. So I've actually racked up like $5 almost like per transaction. Sometimes it's $1 or $2, but I think that it really helps for people to stop cussing, especially when they're being charged $1 per cuss word. So I just want to talk about some ways of how you can stop cursing. One of the ways that you can stop cussing is by replacing the actual cuss word. So if you want to say like the F word, you can say fudge. But even when you say fudge, like the meaning, the spirit, the feeling behind it still has that call to attention type of feeling when you hear, oh, fudge. It doesn't really make it better because we know what you're trying to say. That's one way to start, is by replacing your words or just pausing and then getting the next word out. It's easier to remember cuss words. One thing that is for sure is that, especially when you become a believer, you cannot curse and bless with the same tongue. It doesn't go hand in hand. Just imagine telling a person, I love you. And then you turn around and say, I hate you, but I love you. It's confusing, and God is not the author of confusion. What does God say about cursing? This is what God says. He says, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. So what does corrupting mean? Rotten, decaying, and unwholesome. But of course, corrupting also is referred towards slander, gossip, or any other speech that tears someone down. For instance, I remember years ago, and I mean many years ago, before I was a believer, I remember the specific conversation that I was among some family and some friends, and they were talking about chicken. They were only talking about chicken, and they put a cuss word before chicken, and I just looked at them and I couldn't understand. And I remember them saying chicken. I don't remember anything else that they said because I was too busy counting how many cuss words they said, and that was crazy. That was so crazy to me. To know that it was crazy to know that I participated in such language. I remember there was a time I was 12 and I was at this summer camp. And we were in the gym playing, and these kids, they were like rapping this song, and it had like a lot of cuss words in it. And I can't remember what artist it was, but the song, it literally, like, it was a full sentence of almost every cuss word that you can say. And I participated in it. You know what happened? You know what happened to all of us? Once one of the supervisors like heard us, we got in trouble. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the other kids with their parents. I don't know what type of punishment they received, but I remember getting a whooping. Like, and it was not fun. It was not fun. And but that wasn't my last time that I said a cuss word. Obviously, I said some cuss words. Maybe I hit my toe or out of anger. And but when I went on my femininity journey, I was checked, and I was like, you know, this is not even cute. And better yet, like, I'm a Christian, so I would rather speak blessings versus saying cuss words. So another way you can stop cursing or saying cuss words, just imagine you're innocent. I wouldn't say innocent, but just imagine your respectful grandmother who walks with dignity is around you, and just imagine saying a cuss word in front of her, knowing what her reaction would be. You can also imagine your Heavenly Father being around as well. Videotape yourself so you can see what you look like and how you hear. But if you videotape yourself and you can see what you look like and what you hear, maybe you will have a different perspective on how it's not cool to curse. But the scary part would be if you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know? Like, I can cuss if I want to. You need a little bit more conviction. I'm not condemning anybody who cuss, but I would say this. If you want to grow and go to higher places in life and walk with dignity, number one, walk with dignity and have good character, that's not mixed up with cursing. It's not mixed up with a lot of worldly things. I think what get misconstrued is that we can conquer all these goals but don't grow mentally, physically, emotionally, especially verbally, because the power of life and death is in the tongue. We should have what we speak, right? I remember last summer, I was just out getting some tacos, and this guy was like, you're cute as, he said an S word, and I'm like, that's not a compliment. Like, that's not a compliment. Like, no. Like, I'm not cute as that. Like, no, that's not a compliment. And I just, I had to leave that one alone, right? I had to just walk away because I did not want to respond in the wrong way, because people are a little nuts nowadays and they will go off on you. And I'm like, no, I don't have time for it. So I had to walk away politely. Another way you can stop using a lot of curse words is by training your brain to think differently. While training your brain to think differently, I know that you may have some slip ups, but just know immediately after that slip up, think of the words that you could instead, like, you know what, I could have said it like this instead, or you know what, I could have thought about it before. And you know what, why am I resorting so quickly to say this cuss word? Maybe I need to slow down a little bit and take my time and inhale and exhale. Where is this coming from? A place of anger? A place of frustration? Maybe I need to really figure this out. And if I can't figure it out, maybe I can get some help in figuring it out. Because sometimes we can be so caught up in what we are doing to the point we don't realize what we're doing. So videotape yourself so that you can see yourself. And if you really need the extra help, and if you really want a change, you have to change. You can't expect the people around you to change so that you can change. get the help you need and get some therapy to figure out, why am I reacting this way? Why am I so cool, so chill, and just cussing like, you know what? And really, it's a part of the crowd that are followers. It's cool, it's trending. We want to be so different, but really, you're a part of the trend. Once you say the preferred word and do this exercise to think differently, then you will begin to see some changes without noticing. You may have a friend or a family that gives you a compliment, like, you know, like, you don't cuss like you used to. It's actually pretty nice to listen to what you have to say. Just maybe new doors will open, because I tell you what, it's really hard to listen to people that cuss a lot. It really is. I'm distracted by the cuss words and I can't really grasp what you're trying to say. So just like I charge $1 for every cuss word that a person says in front of my son, you can do this yourself. You can get a jar, and for every cuss word, you can put $1 in that jar. As you go on and do these different exercises, you can look back, pull that jar out, and look at the jar and say, oh wow, there's $500 in here because I said 500 cuss words. But I'm hoping that you don't say that many cuss words. But you can look at that jar and use it as a testament. And and be like, you know what? I reached a goal in life. And now I can articulate words without cussing. And if you feel like that's not good enough, because once you get that jar, of course, go reward yourself, buy yourself something nice. What can really make it challenging and harder, if you can find a friend, a cousin, someone that can hold you accountable, and for every cuss word, put that $1 in a jar and reward them the money. Now, I bet you don't want to say 500 cuss words then, right? If we fall for it being okay to say cuss words, then what else will we fall and believe in? If you don't stand up for something that's right, will we fall for anything and everything? I don't believe that cursing makes an atmosphere better, makes not even you feel better, even though studies show that actually cussing is like a pain reliever, like it's connected to sexual acts to heighten one's mood. That makes me uncomfortable. Like, no wonder I feel really uncomfortable when I am. Things happen and I had to stop recording, and when I started back recording, it got a bit darker outside and the lighting was different and the sun is not out, so hey. Comfortable. No wonder I always feel uncomfortable when someone cusses in front of me, or like in the middle of a conversation, they just cuss, or when like tensions are really high and they feel upset and they cuss. I did a little bit of research, and cursing helps for you to become aroused. It's connected to sex, and I'm like, no wonder I have this like feeling of wanting to withdraw from others who cuss a lot. And I see why people can be uncomfortable. Like, I had my days that I used to cuss when I wasn't a believer, and also when I turned my life around, I had to really work on that. And I'm so happy to be in this space where I don't have to cuss. So another way you can imagine that you are going to speak in front of preschoolers, I'm sure that you're not going to say a cuss word because they're going to tell on you. One thing's for sure is that kids will tell on you if you say a bad word, you know? And I'm proud of them because somebody need to hold others accountable. And typically when you cuss in front of a kid and they say, ooh, you said a bad word, you're gonna feel bad and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. But if an adult try to correct you, you're gonna be like, this is who I am. Like, how dare you? It's not even fair when I think about it. Like, why can't we stop cussing? When you are in a new season, you do not have to accept the old. And people are gonna see that you're brand new. Hey, say that you evolved. And it's okay to evolve. Because in reality, cursing is not even cute. Especially for ladies. It's not even cute. It's not. So let's grow together and let's do better. And let's stop trying to be quote unquote cute, quote unquote cool. Those are some ways you can stop cussing on your growth journey. Until next time, please like and subscribe, share this video, check out Battle Depression Anthem as well. Visit my Wizio page if you need any advice. Also, I do have an option on there that is free for a free prayer. Visit my beauty page. I am really changing people's lives and making an impact on people's lives by going beyond looking beautiful, by healing the skin. If you have any skin problems like eczema, psoriasis, rashes, please email me at support@najabeautyproducts.com and tell me your story.